Bravo, take one.
Ready. And action!
People tend to think that they know history, especially with very famous stories like Anne Frank's story. But with me, you're coming at it from a sideways angle that forces you to see it from a different lens.
Miep Gies was Otto Frank's secretary at the company he started in Amsterdam after he fled Germany. Miep was a young girl in her 20s when he asked her to hide his family.
You need to take your time to think it through.
No, I don't. What do I do?
We wanted to tell the story of the ordinary people who did these extraordinary things.
These incredibly banal issues that come up just in the life of being a young woman are juxtaposed with these really high stakes.
What would you have me do when Mr. Frank asked? Say no!
Ask me.
I didn't think I had to consult you before deciding to save a person's life.
It was really important for us to make this story feel modern and relevant, to sort of wipe the cobwebs off it.
What you've got to remember is that even though these big historical moments were going on, Miep's marriage problems weren't going to wait until the war was over. Experiencing growing from a girl to a woman wasn't going to wait until the war was over.
You know what your problem is? You don't have a sense of humour.
Because what I just said was really funny.
Tony and Joan have really captured that brilliantly, the humanity of the situation, the realness of what these people were actually going through.
You look so beautiful, and Jan looks so handsome. Why are you being so sappy all of a sudden?
It's not told through a documentary point of view.
Margot might be older, but I am more emotionally sophisticated.
Anne's story is definitely relevant today because racism and anti-Semitism is still happening in this world. Different format, but it's still happening.
It just felt like the right story at the right time. To have a story that speaks so profoundly about compassion, the similarities with what it was like to be a young person back then and what it is like to be a young person now.
So you couldn't keep your mouth shut once. I'm the crown princess of not being able to keep her mouth shut.
We shot outside the Frank apartment, and I took that opportunity to just say, let's all just take a minute to recognize the task ahead of us, how we can honor those people who sacrificed themselves.
If we turn away someone we know we can help, we become people we don't recognize, and we don't exist anymore.
It's a great mission of the show to kind of make people look around them and look at their own world differently.
Miep's message was always, I am not special. You can do this as well. Anybody has it within them to do this, to make a difference in someone's life.
Boom, as you have just seen, the 8-part series, A Small Light, premieres Monday, May 1st on National Geographic. And as you see on the screen, I'm so honored to have a special guest, the trio filmmakers behind A Small Light, Susanna Fogel, Joan Rader, and Tony Phelan. Thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Again, I'm a fan of your work, but here with Small Light, wow. Just congrats on this amazing series. It's so profound, so inspiring. I was not aware of the story of Miep Gies until this. And now after watching this, I'm Googling all the things. And because I live here in DC, I plan to revisit the Holocaust Museum. So my question to you all is, what do you hope people come away with A Small Light?
I would say exactly that.
Yeah.
It sounds like it had the desired effect. But, you know, our desire from the beginning was always just to make people see what Miep did in these small decisions that she made in her life, and to see that being a hero is about that as much as it is about grand gestures or you know, slaying dragons. It's about making these little moral choices in your life. That's why I'm inspired by Miep's example.
Yeah, me too.
Joan, for you, working with Tony, your husband, and Susanna, was there a special moment in this series that really kind of also drove the point for you doing this project to inspire the people?
Well, when we were developing the pitch, we all were really on the same page of wanting to highlight this very ordinary woman who stepped into extraordinary circumstances. And we all wanted to make that story, which felt so relatable to us, relatable to an audience. And so it was just a joy to do the research, to highlight, you know, this wonderful, person from history, and to tell this coming of age story that was happening on the other side of the bookcase. Also doing the research and understanding that Miep and Jan were hiding other people in Amsterdam while they were also hiding the Franks, that Miep and Jan were hiding things from one another in order to protect one another. So as a married person, just really wondering what that would be like to have this giant secret from my husband, to have giant secrets from the people I'm helping. It just laid itself out as a really compelling, beautiful story.
It's so good. Susanna, I'm a girl dad. And I think this is going to be so inspiring for all the women that I know, all the women that I've been lucky to be around. I think this will be so inspiring for you. What does that mean to you as well as with this project? Of all the many amazing projects, I'm a big fan of Booksmart. What do you think this will do for women in general as well to help shine the light?
One thing I really love about, I think that in an effort to, I have so many thoughts on this, we don't have time, but basically, I think that female characters lately, it's been a challenge because people want to correct the past where women are not strong, inspiring people. So they have women who have no flaws and they're just always strong and they're just like superheroes on this earth that we can't relate to because people think it's bad for feminism to show those women being both strong and having emotions, vulnerabilities, feelings, doubts, whatever, insecurities. So this show, I think, just shows, as basic as it is, it just shows a real person, just a real well-rounded, dimensional person. Sometimes she's strong, sometimes she's annoying, sometimes she's funny, sometimes she's self-centered, sometimes she's really selfless. So overall, she's a really aspirational person, but because she has all those flaws that are relatable, I'm hoping that women can just watch her and say, oh yeah, that reminds me of me. Oh yeah, Miep doesn't ask her husband first before she decides to do this, which is, yes, it's amazing that she said yes right away. Also, her husband has a point when he's like, you should have consulted me. This affects our lives. You're putting my life at risk. Both things can be true. And so I think it's just watching all the things and watching her make some mistakes too, is really useful for young women or any people to just see her that way. And also, her struggle is not defined by the fact that she's a woman, which is also a version of stories about women I'm looking forward to seeing more of. Like the challenge she faces is not that people underestimate her because she's a woman only. And her quest is not about proving that women are equal to men. It's about something bigger. So she gets to be the everyman, but she is a woman, which I think is really progressive too.
I dig it. Well, I love that scene in particular. I have to tell you that. But again, amazing series. I will be telling everybody about it on the radio here in DC on 103.5 WTOP-FM. Let me not mess that up. And after they're done checking it out, they can all go see the Holocaust Museum myself as well and dive deeper into this story. So powerful. So many thanks to you both. Well, to you all, you trio. I really enjoyed the series. As you can see, I'm kind of like flustered, but thank you, y'all. This was so amazing. Everybody, check out A Small Light when it arrives on National Geographic in May. I am Kuya. This is Nerds Rule the World. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, listen to me. You can't go back. You can't run. And you can't show any fear. Let's do this.
I hear they're cracking down on the Jews. That must be scary.
We have to hide our allegiances, or else we're not going to make it.
Miep, what I'm asking you to do is dangerous. If you get caught, you could get arrested, or even worse. I need your help hiding my family. You need to take your time to think it through.
No, I don't. What do I do?
Can I help you?
Tell me where I can find Otto Frank.
So you're going to tell me?
He's my boss and my friend. What would you have me do when Mr. Frank asked? Say no!
Ask me.
I didn't think I had to consult you before deciding to save a person's life.
People have lost everything, and still they resist. And I have to resist too.
We're going to start a fire.
I need to remember that things were good so I can believe that they'll be good when this is over.
We have to choose when we fight them. We don't let them choose for us.
My only job is to protect my family.
Did you hear that? The Queen wants my diary.
And I can't wait to see it.
Get down! Get down!
Have your heads.
We can't save everyone. But if I don't try, I don't think I'll be able to live with myself.
Turn darkness into